And we're back here, the second quarter. Tuscola up 8-0 over Sullivan. And Sullivan has just recovered a fumble, and they are headed towards the end zone. It is 2nd and 11, it looks like. Snap and a fake handoff up the middle. Frericks will take the ball and run. Good block from his wide receiver. Gets about 7 to 8 yards right there. It'll make it a manageable 3rd and 3.
32. Joe Jeffers put a pretty good stick on number 12, Griffin Day, who was bearing down on that quarterback and had a good shot on him. Made a really good block, but he's kind of hobbling around after that, throwing that block. It was a pretty good collision right there. But it was enough to pick up some yardage, so we got what? We got about 3rd and 3?
3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. And Sullivan's going to split it out again, 2 to the wide side of the field, 1 this way, and a tight end. Snap, handoff up the middle, and that's going to be close.
Are those guys? Do those guys have happy feet, or am I seeing things? I mean, it just looks like they're moving around before the ball is back there.
What I always say is it's a totally different ball game from when we played.
Yeah.
You couldn't even. I mean, if you took a breath before the ball snapped, it was all-star, illegal procedure. Nowadays, I watch college, and those guys are bobbing up and down. They get in a stance, and they stand up. They look around. I'm like, well, we had to stay in the stands the whole time. And here we go. They gave him the first down. Sullivan with the 1st and 10 here. Same formation as before. In shotgun is Frericks. Low snap, handoff up the middle, and he will lose 2 yards.
Cole Evans again.
And
Cole Evans shot the gap, got in there, hit him at the feet, and took him right down.
He is pumped up.
Had a little cleanup help by number 83, Zach Bates, who is the older brother to Nick Bates. Zach's a junior. Nick is a sophomore. Their dad, Steve Bates, pretty big name in Tuscola football. You know, Steve was a stud himself, man. He could run a football when he was in high school. And now he gets the pleasure of watching his sons play football. And I can tell you what, I know what that's like. You know, I had a son that played on the first championship team that Tuscola ever got, state championship team, and it is a blast.
And Frericks keeps it, stiff arms, gets rid of the defender, and gains a few yards.
Number 12 had him, Griffin Day had him, and Griffin has to fight through that stiff arm to bring him down, and the quarterback kept it going.
Frericks is showing a little Adrian Peterson throw off there.
Yeah, he did.
If you've seen Adrian Peterson in the NFL, he likes to use that offhand to chuck people out of his way. And it'll be a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4? 3rd and 5. Mr. McCumber, the announcer here.
3rd and 5 from the 20. Big stop right here for Tuscola needed.
And the handoff up the middle. Missed tackle, another missed tackle. Up the middle for a good 10, 11 yards. And it'll be a 1st and goal on what looks to be the 3-yard line for Sullivan here.
Griffin Day hit him first. Nick Bates hit him second. The kid just kept fighting through.
Can't hit them high. Running backs, you got to take them out where their motion comes from, down at the legs.
Jake Eaton takes the ball all the way down to the 3-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 3 for the Sullivan Redskins after this timeout. And, some arm tackling right there resulted in that big pickup right there because they had him. Two players had really good shots on him and let him go. So
guys in good position, try to get him up high. A lot of high schoolers I see now go for the hard hits, which means you have to hit him up high in the shoulder pads. Not a lot of people like to go for the actual tackle and take him out of his legs.
Right.
Of course, he can't run if you have a hold of his legs. That's the whole concept.
There you go. And both of those guys did. They hit him high, and hot, sweaty night like this, man, unless you got a good grip on a guy, it's going to be hard to bring him down. Running back that stays low and keeps his head up and keeps his feet moving is a tough guy to bring down, and that's exactly what Jeffers just did right there. Excuse me, Eaton.
Both these teams will face excellent running backs in the near future. I've heard Unity and Monticello both have a great backfield. And we have 1st and goal from the 3-yard line for Sullivan as they show their in-tight formation here.
Single split, Ty Molson out here to the right.
Under center. Frericks is. Takes a snap. Handoff up the middle, and it will be stuffed. A loss of 1, perhaps. And they're going to take it back a few more than 1. It looks like a loss of 3.
Nick Bates got in there on that one, and he tackled him by his feet.
Yep.
And he didn't go anywhere, and then he had a host of Tuscola Warriors help clean up the rest of that play. But Nick Bates got in there low, tied him up, and down he went. Actually, was that a loss? Or
Yeah, he lost a 1, I think. 1, maybe half a yard.
2 yards, yeah. Started on the 3, now they're on the 5, so.
And we were always taught, first guy goes for the leg, stops him. The second guy comes in and gets the hard hit.
That's right. It worked that time. We got 2 receivers out to the right and a single out to the left, excuse me. Bad snap. Oh, there we go. The other Bates. Zach Bates came in from the outside and cleaned up that bad snap.
Cleaned up the missed tackle from his teammate there, too. He did a good job of containing the quarterback, not giving him anywhere to go. And so the quarterback kind of had to stop dead in his tracks, and that allowed him to make the tackle.
Yep. Another loss for the Redskins. So the Warriors defense right now is pushed them back. A total of about 9 yards in 2 plays. So it looks like it's 3rd down and 12.
They would like to see that goose egg stay up there a little longer for Sullivan. And we got 2 out here to the wide side on our side of the field. And a shotgun for Frericks.
I think we're going to see a pass here. No,
nope,
quarterback
keeper up the middle, which surprises me. Sullivan's known for a little bit for their passing. And
absolutely. I was surprised they didn't try a pass right there. They tried to fake handoff to Eaton again with a quarterback keeper up the middle. And the Warriors weren't going to have any of that, and they snapped him again. So we're looking at 4th down.
4th and about 12 yards, it looks like, to the end zone.
Are they bringing in a kicker? They've got a kicker
looks like
out
they're
there.
going to kick, yeah.
Looks like Frericks will be holding, and who do we have kicking here?
Can't see his number from here. And there is a time.
Number 1,
timeout.
Devin Mosier.
Timeout Sullivan.
Timeout Sullivan. I don't think they had enough players on the field.
Some more miscommunication for Sullivan. And with a little over 7 minutes to go, what are some things that these guys are going to go in and talk about here at halftime?
Well, I tell you, if you're the Sullivan coach, you know, you got to tell your team, hey, you're going to hopefully be tied, at the very least down just less than a score. Maybe 1 point if they score and get the conversion. But if they kick this, well, it depends on what they do when they come back out. I'm sure they're probably going to try to kick it. I don't know if they would be trying anything different with 4th and 12, and you've basically have been snuffed on everything you've tried, unless they're going to come out and maybe try a pass play. And it does look like the kicker has picked up his tee.
Yep.
Devin Mosier is running over here to the sideline with his tee, so it looks like Sullivan's going to try a play with 7:03 here left in the 2nd quarter. But you know, if you're the Sullivan coach, even if you don't score, you got to tell your team, man, we're only down 8-0.
Right.
And we haven't been playing that good.
Exactly, yeah.
So you guys are still in this game. Get your heads up, because they look a little flat over here in front of us.
There's a fake handoff
There's
to
our
Evans.
pass play.
And Frericks is rolling, throws.
Oh, intercepted. What a play.
Picked off.
What a play.
In the end zone.
Touchback.
Excellent defense.
The other Bates.
83, Zach Bates again.
Bates.
A nice.
That was very, very good defense. I'll tell you what, he was just staying about a half a step behind his man. It made it look to the quarterback like he was open. And as soon as he released that ball, Zach just cut right in front of his man and made a very good interception. Very good defensive play. That right there, that'll bring your team down a little bit, and that'll boost your team up a little bit.
Yeah.
So the Warriors are going to try to ride this momentum with 5:57 left in the 2nd period, and they're going to get the ball back on the 20-yard line. So they're going to be trying to take some momentum and get this ball down on the other side of the field. At the same time, you know, the Sullivan coach has got to be out there right now telling these guys, hey, man, let's go. you know, we still got them at the 20.
Right.
Real good defensive stand. We get the ball back. We still might be able to put some points on the board here before the half's over.
And they've already created 2 turnovers on Tuscola already here in the first half. And going with your defense is definitely shouldering the load right now, even though they've given up 6 points. The other 2 points was a safety for the punter. Had his knee down on a snap.
I think if you're the Tuscola coach and you go into the locker room, you just got to tell your boys to keep doing what they're doing. You have a little talk with Mikey Rotramel about snaps.
That poor kid.
Tell him
he's going to hate us for life.
Tell him to get his snaps down a little bit, but you know he's doing all right.
Yeah.
You know, things like that happen on the first game out. You know, you get a little adrenaline going.
As it's gone on, they've gotten better. They've been lower.
Yep, they have. But you just want to make sure that you don't, you know, those kind of turnovers you can fix.
Mm-hmm. And Nick Bates keeps it on a QB keeper from half a yard, maybe a yard. So it'll be 2nd and 9 here.
Tackled by number 55, Jordan Cuthill, a junior, 6'1", 215-pound defensive end for the Sullivan Redskins.
And Tuscola is going to go a tight formation. One guy split way out to the far sideline and one just here to the near sideline.
Yeah. Zach Bates close. He's in motion.
Bates in motion. A handoff to number 34. I believe is Nick Bates, or no, excuse me. 34 is Evans.
Yeah, Cole Evans. They took Zach Bates from this near side right here and put him in motion on the right side and made it kind of probably look like it was going to be a sweep play with Bates leading, but then Cole Evans shot back up through the tackle.
Mm-hmm.
And what you'll do is you'll end up getting a lot of the defense pursuing, heavy pursuit, going with that motion guy. And Zach was able to pick up, Cole was able to pick up a few yards.
Shotgun pass. Nick Bates rolling out to his right. He's going to try and run. He will not get it, it looks from here. It looks like he's about 2 yards shy.
A couple yards shy. Be 4th and 2. 4th and a short 2. I'd be surprised if Tuscola tries to convert this first down with 4th and a short 2, but it looks like they are.
Now they're gonna
try to hard snap is what they're gonna do.
A little bit of a gamble, maybe.
There it is.
And he got him. That's exactly right.
Yeah. Patented first down play for the Warriors, you know. Stan Winky, I tell you what, Stan had that going.
Much respect for that man. An excellent football coach, a great mentor.
Yep.
I got to play my football underneath him. He was a very good coach.
Yep, so did Will. Will got to play football under him too, and Stan had some very good success here at Tuscola. Left Tuscola and went down to Shelbyville for a year, 2 years.
I think 2,
2 years, and then came back to Tuscola and then retired.
Good snap, handoff down the middle, and he gets taken down for no gain.
No gain, number 49 and 76 for the Redskins, Alan Cooley and Garrett Cuffle, 6'4", 270, defensive lineman, big boy. Put Cole Evans to the ground on that play.
Let's see.
Looks like we got quads for Tuscola, single backfield with Cole Evans back here, so we'll see what they got.
And shotgun again, bobbles the snap. A good snap that time, just bobbled it a little. Rolling to his right, and he is going to go down.
Taken down by number 55, Jordan Cuthill. I tell you, that's a play there where you'd probably like to see him throw it away.
Yeah.
You know, he looked over his first primary, his secondary, nothing was open. Kept trying to look, going back the whole time. And Cuthill finally got to him and brought down Nick Bates for a big loss. So it will be 3rd down and 20.
I think it was a loss of 11 on that play.
Yeah. They're showing 3rd and 20, Luke, from the 33.
With just under 4 minutes here. And shotgun again, Nick Bates back. Looks to pass, steps up, and he's going to go down again. And Sullivan's got to be taking this defensive stand and using it because they are building some momentum on the defensive end right now, showing up Tuscola's offense big time.
number 55, Jordan Cuthill, and number 62, Matt Sparrow, a junior, 6'2", 260 himself. Brought Nick Bates down.
They've got some big boys. Holy
so
cow.
Tuscola is definitely punting here with 4th and 20 from their 19-yard line.
Jake Evans is back. Jake Eaton is back to return the punt. And he gets loose on the far sideline and gets back up to about the 35 here.
Straight across from us at the 35. Looked like there might have been a couple missed tackles in there too.
So Sullivan's starting to pick it up here a little bit at the end of the first half here with under 3 minutes to go. It's still 8-0 Tuscola. And some good defensive stands here for Sullivan and Tuscola the same. The offenses look a little stagnant at the moment.
Was Martin the punter on that for Tuscola? I believe that was Martin. Kind of hit a low shank.
I know Evans took it off the hop, or Eaton, Jake Eaton took it off the hop, number 27 for Sullivan. And a good return for taking a punt off the ground there.
Well, Sullivan Redskins have 2 minutes and 56 seconds to try to put something on the board. Let's see if the Tuscola Warrior defense can respond.
And they're doing a sweep out here. And there will be a holding call, I believe, on Sullivan. Had a hold of the jersey here.
A sweep play, handoff given to Griffin Sullivan, a senior 6', 170-pound receiver for the Sullivan Redskins.
And
looked like a pretty good gain until the flags came out on that one. So that wasn't what the Sullivan coach was wanting to see for sure.
It looked like a really good run, really well designed, and just grabbed a little bit too much of the jersey on that play coming around the outside. Especially when you get to the outside. As linemen, when you're pulling the outside, you can't. When you're in close to the ball there in the middle, you can grab a little bit.
Right.
But once you get to the outside, I mean, that's wide open. You have to do straight up block there.
Yeah. You're like on a Jumbotron.
Yeah.
When you hold out there, everybody sees it.
Right.
And it was right in front of the Sullivan bench. Nobody complained at all about that one. Yeah, 1st and 15.
And Sullivan lines up with, it looks like a trio out to the left there. Some confusion on the receivers out to the left side of the field. Low snap, but handled easily by Frerks.
Down the middle, wide open, 32.
Got it. Oh no, he's in.
Beautiful pass.
Touchdown Sullivan.
Touchdown Sullivan, number 32, Joe Jeffers, a 6'2 junior, 185-pounder.
Excellent.
Nick Frericks found him wide open, streaking down the middle of the field with no defenders around him at all, and delivered a bullet right to his numbers. And he hauled it in and had probably about 6 or 7 steps to go into the end zone. So
amazing pass. Caught him in stride. He didn't even slow down for that ball. It was a nice catch in the pocket. That was a beautiful throw by Frericks and an excellent catch.
So it's 2:16 here left in the second quarter, Luke. We got a score by Sullivan that gets it to 8-6. Be surprised if they don't try for 2 right here and try to tie this game up.
Make it even before halftime and hopefully go in tied up.
That got their sideline pumped up a little bit.
Yeah, it should. That's the best play they've had offensively, in my opinion, so far. Their defense has been carrying them throughout this first half, keeping it a low score. And now it's the offense's turn to make it look legit.
Out of a shotgun. One solo back there. The keeper
is grabbed and he's in. They call him in.
Oh, boy.
He got it. That was
He
close.
must have stretched that one out at the last moment.
He definitely
broke the plane.
Didn't look like it from this side, but
no, it didn't.
They have a much better view, like you said.
He gave a second effort there. What I can see from over here is he just made a second effort lunge with his arms out, like players will do with the football.
Yeah.
And it broke the plane before he got his knees down. So.
And
Sullivan Redskins convert on that 2-point play with 2:16 left in the second quarter, and it is all knotted up, 8-8.
And they're not probably the happiest sideline over there for Tuscola, giving up the tying scores there. But, 8-8 still, first game of the season. Things are developing a little slowly. People are getting the jitters out like we've been saying.
Pat Pierce has been the defensive coordinator for the Warriors for the last several years, probably over a decade, I think. And this year, Andy Romine has taken over the defensive coordinator position. Pat's like the co-coordinator with him, but Andy Romine is calling the shots on the defense. So, you know, he's got to be kind of pretty happy with how his defense is done. I mean,
yeah.
they just had some missed tackles, and that was a heck of a route that guy ran. And who is it? Frericks. Nick Frericks delivered a strike and puts his team on the board, and then does a quarterback keeper to tie it all up at 8 apiece.
Point conversion. Whenever we wanted to get juiced up before football practice, we would pop in one of Pat Pierce's highlight films, and we would watch that guy truck over people left and right.
Pat Pierce played on this field like we did, and he went on to play at Milliken. And he was a tough nut, man.
High short kick fielded by number 87,
Knight.
which is Knight, Josh Knight, and he is down around
41.
40-41.
Yeah. Got it up there, kind of a little high pooch kick.
Definitely benefits the Warriors here. Gives them a shorter field to work with.
Yes, it does. You know, it gives them a chance to move the ball. Let's see if they can.
But momentum
maybe open it up.
Momentum is in Sullivan's favor right now. Their defense has been playing really well the whole quarter, for that matter.
Yes.
And their offense has just picked it up a little bit, so they are looking to keep the momentum going. Shotgun, snap to Nick Bates, and he gets hit, and incomplete.
He was hit by number 11, Ty Molson. Defender for Sullivan Redskins, a sophomore, 6'4", 170-pound sophomore. Got in that backfield and hit Nick just as he was trying to let that ball loose. He had a receiver, looked like he was breaking open over the middle. And, you know, right now it just seems like the offensive line for Tuscola has just kind of been letting that defensive line get back there to Nick. So they got to fix some things there.
Going deep, underthrown again. And he caught it. I think
good catch.
He caught that off of the Sullivan player.
Tristan Williams. You know, there was one of those plays where the Sullivan receiver didn't know where the ball was, but knew that his man was looking for the ball. It was probably borderline defensive pass interference, in my opinion. I mean, he was all over him. He was definitely making contact with him, and wasn't trying to go for the ball.
Right.
And Tristan basically got in there, fought, and got that ball. And heck of a catch. Really good throw. I mean, that ball was on the 41, and they are now on the, 19?
And another timeout for Sullivan here as we get things checked out.
So that was close to a 40-yard pass right there.
Not bad. Yeah, excellent effort by Mr. Martin there. Or Tristan Williams, excuse me.
Williams.
I'll get these names right sometime. Tristan Williams with the excellent effort there. One of the leaders, senior leaders for Tuscola. And that's a great example, you know. The defender's in your way, you still fight. You come up with a reception, you gain, you know, a heck of a lot of yards there for your team at the end of the second quarter here.
And, you know, there's only been probably about 10 seconds run off the clock since Tuscola took possession, so that was a big play. Now they've got plenty of time. They're calling the timeout, getting their players some water, getting them some wind, getting them ready for this final 1 minute and 57 hopeful pushed into the end zone. And Sullivan just needs to tighten it up a little bit here and see if they can keep doing what they've been doing this whole quarter to keep Tuscola out of the end zone.
They're on a last stand right here to end the half, trying to keep Tuscola from regaining the lead.
It's a pretty good, you know, looking around, Tuscola's got some pretty good attendance at this game, and Sullivan's definitely got their visiting bleachers filled up, and sidelines are full here, so a good turnout here on this humid 88-degree.
Yeah, at night the sun's
Friday
definitely
evening.
gone. I think it feels like it's gotten a little hotter since the sun went down. And a handoff there up the middle.
Cole Evans.
Gains.
And he was snuffed again by 55 and 34.
And they're
55, Jordan Cuthill. He's been getting his number called a lot tonight. 34, Kanan Bushert. One of the first times I've called his name tonight. So him and his linebacker, Jordan Cuthill, got in there and made that stop.
No gain on the play. Tuscola's in shotgun with Williams in motion. Goes the pass. He's got a defender on him. He's got to take a run.
Good block.
Good block.
Tristan Williams made a good block.
Be close on the 1 or 2.
Bates cut on the inside of that block and got all the way down into first and goal territory. It's probably what? Probably on the 2 or 3?
Yeah, they're right there.
Looks like Steve Hilgendorf was down over there. The stats guy for the Tuscola Warriors has been doing stats for him for a long time. Looks to me like he's down there. No, that's not Steve. That's Buddy Day. Working for the Journal over there. He looks like he's on the line of scrimmage. Looks like about the 3-yard line.
Yeah.
2 or 3?
2 or 3, yep. So with the
scoreboard showing 3.
1:15. So they haven't really run very much time off the clock, and they are threatening to score. Could they score too soon? That's another thing. Do you want to? I mean, what's the strategy here? Do you want to try and run out some more clock before you get it in, or do you just get the score and make your defense play?
You know, I'm sure Coach Reinhardt doesn't care.
Yeah,
when it comes, he wants to put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah.
And hopefully that traditional strong Tuscola D will show up with a minute left and keep Sullivan from doing anything crazy. But you know, that was a good run by Nick. You know, I think that was a designed rollout run play. I don't think he was actually looking to pass, because as I was watching the receivers, it looks like the receivers, as they were running down the field, were trying to locate somebody they were going to block.
Right.
And Tristan Williams happened to make a pretty decent attempt of a block down there, and Zach tried to cut in off that block and just didn't quite get into the end zone. But very good run by Nick Bates. You know, sophomore quarterback. He seems to be doing pretty good tonight. You know, he's holding himself up pretty good out there. He's got good poise. He's handled some pretty darn good bad snaps.
Yeah.
Hate to pick on old Mikey Rotrell, you know, but you know, he's done a pretty good job. So they're tight in. Zach Bates out to the left.
Ooh,
another high snap
again, but he's got a wide open lane.
What hands?
And I think he's in.
What was that? He handled that high snap with one hand. Snapped high to his right, brought it in with one hand, and just took off right over tackle and got into the end zone. With 1:12 left in the second period, Tuscola now is 14 to Sullivan's 8. We'll see what Tuscola is going to try to do here. Maybe looks like they might be going for.
And you would think maybe sometimes on a younger quarterback, he's a sophomore, right? Nick Bates is a sophomore. With those bad snaps, it might mess with your head a little bit. You'd be worried about it, but he's not showing any of that right now. He's stepping up and playing really well, as you said.
He's taking it as it comes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Martin's in motion.
Looks like a pass, throw over the middle. There it is, open, wide open.
Beautiful, Tristan Williams.
Job.
They showed motion to the right. Sullivan defenders bid on it. Tristan Williams just popped across over to the middle to the left. Zach Bates just did a little jump pass over the middle. 2 points for Tuscola. Gets the score to 16-8 with 1:12 left in the second period. Well, we're going to see what you think, man. Warriors defense.
Yeah, here it is.
In the end zone for minute 12. You
minute 12. That's plenty of time.
Did we score too soon?
Yeah, did that. And my only thought would be that last pass that they did was a good, 25, 30 yards to the end zone. Right up the middle.
I'll bet you cold water, Tuscola keeps them out of the end zone.
Okay. I'll take that bet. Another thing on that 2-point conversion, I think the whole Tuscola team made that play because the line downshifted to the right to make it look like they were trying to poke it up in there. The receivers all went out to the right except for the one guy who curled around back behind the Sullivan defense, wide open for the 2-point conversion. That was very well sold by the entire Tuscola offense.
Good call by Coach Reinhardt, who is running the offense this year. He is the offensive coordinator along with being the head coach. And very good play. That was specifically designed, obviously for Tristan to be right there, and he was.
Mm-hmm.
Good jump pass. Sutton for the kickoff.
And a decent kick.
There's a decent kick.
It's going to be fielded in the air. And he's got a little bit of a hole out. Oh, that hole closes up
go. 22.
Real fast.
Mr. Cole Evans.
He knifes in there and takes him down. It looked like there's a pretty good hole from our angle, too.
Jaden Tabor, a senior, 5'10", 150-pound running back, fielded that kickoff, and Cole Evans made a very good tackle on him, dropping him down on the 30-yard line. Luke, 1st and 10 from the 30.
The minute 5 left to go. Tuscola 16, Sullivan 8. And Sullivan's going to come out with 2 to the right side here on the near side of the field and 1 to the far left. Frericks is back in shotgun formation. Takes the snap. He's looking to pass. Throws. Incomplete. Too low.
On the coverage there for Tuscola was number 66, Austin Benich, 5'10", 190-pound senior.
And number 15, Peyton Hegerman, was the intended receiver on that pass.
Austin, for the middle linebacker position, did a good job picking up that receiver coming out of the backfield there, and quarterback had to rush the throw a little bit and threw it into the ground.
And here we go. Snap, nobody there, looking to run, points out a block.
Got the block.
Got the block, still on his feet. He's probably gonna venture out of bounds. Stop the clock.
Right around the 50, a little bit short of the 50, about the 48-yard line.
An excellent run by Frericks there to keep the drive alive, keep him in a good field position to get going. I think he got out of bounds to stop the clock at 51 seconds here. So
took off running, pointing out some blocks.
So they've got about 52 yards to go to the end zone in 51 seconds.
Come on, Warriors! I don't want to lose. I don't want to have to come up with a cold ice water.
And I'm thinking we're probably going to see pass, but they've surprised us already tonight. Frericks in shotgun with trips to the right side of the field here. He's looking to pass again. Again, finds nobody open, and he's going to run and goes for the legs. Excellent open field tackle.
Mr. Cole Evans again.
Cole Evans.
You know, here's what's going on. Tuscola is just dropping their deep backs back. They're playing about 5 guys deep right now. They're not going to give up that deep middle pass that burned them the last time. And they're just content to let Frericks take off running, and he's taking advantage of it. And he's picking up eight over, that right there garnished him 9 yards. So, now they're going to have to look at maybe tightening it down, buttoning down the hatches a little bit. They're in the Tuscola zone.
Frericks by himself in shotgun, a little screen pass out to the left, and a good block out there. And he's taken down for about a 5-yard gain, 6-yard gain for first down for Sullivan.
Number 67, Cameron Rose, 5'9", 180-pound sophomore, was in on that play.
And here we go. It's a cleared out backfield. Frericks all alone back there. Snap, rolls back, does that nifty little spin he likes to do, and the receiver's out of bounds. About a 5.5-yard gain.
I might be wrong about that. That might have been 87 on that play. I looked like 67, but I just don't see him out there on the field.
And Sullivan is taking nice chunks of yardage and trying to get to the end zone here.
So you got the deep backs playing probably 20 yards off the ball. Corner. Oh, ball's in the air. Benich. Oh! Austin Benich saw that ball deflected off of the Sullivan receiver. The ball went up in the air, and Austin made a very, very good attempt trying to pick that ball off before it hit the ground, and he just couldn't quite get there.
And Sullivan breathes a sigh of relief.
Yes, they do. 18 seconds they got.
Plenty of time.
Left on the board to score, so.
And they're probably going to clear out the backfield again. Sullivan's offensive line has done a pretty decent job this series keeping them out.
They've got trips over here to the short side of the field. Dual receivers, nobody in the backfield.
Fake.
Definitely a pass unless Frericks takes off running,
away.
which looks like he's going to
run. 12, they better get to the line. 9.
Nick
8,
Bates.
And
dumped him.
There was stoppage, timeout. Sullivan just stop the clock, and they'll go for one last heave here to the end zone.
They put 5 receivers out there, ran their routes. Tuscola covered it perfectly with their defense. And Nick Bates was able to come in from that outside linebacker position and upend Frericks when he tried taking off after he saw that he didn't have anybody open. So I'm sure you're going to probably see a shot to the end zone here. I wouldn't.
Yeah. I wouldn't say let's see him throw that little screen pass off to the side.
It surprised me. They were running trips to the short end of the field. You know, you would think they'd load the receivers out there where they had plenty of room to run their routes.
Maybe they try and get everybody over to this side. Maybe trying to
that could have been it too. Yeah, because he did run. He did run to the wide side, load the defense up on the right, and take off running to the left. But
Tuscola's defense playing pretty well here at the final seconds. They were allowing them to gain yardage there to begin with, trying to run out the clock, and they've kind of battened down the hatches here, defending their own side of the field. And we'll line up trips to this side of the field, and there's a timeout, Tuscola.
Andy Romine must have not liked what he saw there and wanted to make sure that his defense is going to be set up, lined up correctly for this 8-second.
They did add 2 more seconds onto
the
final time. There was 6 before that play was about to start. And we still have a score of Tuscola 16-8 for Sullivan, with 8 seconds left to go here in the first half.
4th down, the ball's on the 29.
I would be taking a shot to the end zone, or at least to the 5-yard line, somewhere close to where he could stretch in.
If you ran a real quick out with 8 seconds left, you know, you could get your first down, which really doesn't pay you too much, but it gets you another chance. Gets the ball a little bit closer. Run a quick out, you know, guy catches out of bounds. You got four seconds left on the clock to instead of throwing a 29-yard pass in the end zone, you know, you get it down to about 17, 18 yards. Makes a big difference.
Much more manageable that way.
Yep. Tuscola's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people dropped back.
A dime defense here, dime defense. One middle linebacker in there, 4 linemen.
Yep.
And they've got a back in the backfield, 2 guys split on either side of the field. And they will split out their running back, number 32, Joe Jeffers. And they are going for the end zone. Good pass. It's back there. Through his hands in the back of the end zone.
He got behind Tyler Hale. And I tell you what, he put the ball where it needed to be, right there at the corner of the end zone, and it went right through. Looks like number...
I was on the money.
11, no, is that 11 over there? Yeah. Ty Molson went through his hands. So we have 1 second left on the clock.
Well, the Tuscola defenders made that a hard catch. He was in great position to be there.
Yes, he did.
Had his hands up. So he made that catch a little more difficult than perhaps it should have been.
He was there. He was covering him. You know, it's good that he didn't, you know, pass interfere.
And I think we'll see a knee here. And we do. And that will be the end of the first half, 16-8. And the first half of the season, I lose my bet and I owe Mark an ice water. So that's the end of the first half. Tuscola again is up 16-8 over Sullivan.